All right.
Go ahead, guys. Yeah.
Corey, you've been through, Courtney, I'm sorry. Can you just talk a little bit about this transition from the last, not comparing staffs, but just for the guys and what you guys have been working through since January?
Since the new coaching staff got here, we really just realized like we gotta change within ourselves, and like it's a huge culture change because we so used to doing our own thing, and you know sometimes like on certain days not putting a mouthpiece in, or certain days wearing a different colored sock or a different colored cleat or a different colored gloves or anything like that, just the little things like that. Like we start off going little by little with stuff like that, like paying attention to what is needed to win.
How beneficial has that culture change been for you?
You say that again?
How beneficial has that culture change been for
It's been
you?
really good. Like for me, cause I'm a clean face guy. Like I like to keep my face clean, like follow the rules, do things the right way, and it can be kind of frustrating, like as a leader, like you know if you know something's wrong, but we still do it, and that's kind of the reason why we feel like we lost a lot. But we just buying into the winning culture, buying into a different culture. Like it's a change, but it's a good one.
For you personally, it looks like you're in the same position. Are they asking you to do very similar things to the past couple of years, or are there certain differences?
Basically the same thing. You know, get after the pass rushing when we need to get after the pass rushing. Like that's what Coach Roc has emphasized. Like out of me, Mojo, Kraku, Reese, Barfield, all of my guys that's in the rush room, like he made sure that we understand like the key, like priority is to stop the run and sack the quarterback.
Yeah, speaking of Coach Roc, what's been your first impressions on him?
Oh, he's the real deal. He's the real deal. Like he's a no nonsense type of guy. He's bought into the culture. Like if he see you doing the wrong thing, he's gonna call you out for it. Nothing gets past him, and he's real strict on us, but it's all love at the end of the day.
What are you looking to improve on with spring practice?
Spring practice for me, I'm really looking to improve on being a leader, like trying to help those around me become better, which like I ain't gonna lie, having a guy like Mojo in the room, like he's helped me out so much that he probably don't even realize it. But I also like, whether it's working out or after weights in the meeting room or on the field, like he's been like a guy that's helped push me to become a better leader and become a better person.
For you, again, you know, you look at your last couple of years and you've taken steps and grown as a player, I think. But is this year that is what you're hoping, or in your mind you're really going to explode and blow up in terms of being a player?
I just want to win. That's it. Like whatever it takes. That's at the point I'm at right now. Like if it's me sitting on the back burner and we winning, and that's what it takes to win the championship, I'll do it. Mm-hmm. If it's me playing the whole game, I'll do it. If it's me playing it anything, anywhere, like I'll do it. I just want to win. Like that's my focus.
Coach Roman has said he believes there's talent on this roster. And when you look at the number of close losses last year, if you can turn at least half those games around, is that a big step toward getting where you want to go?
Oh yes, yes sir, definitely. Like we know that we can win. Like it's possible to win. Like and it's not like a out of this world idea that we can win. It's if we want to. It's up to us in the locker room. It's up to the media. It's up to the teammates to buy into what the coaches are giving us.
How eager are you to kind of get into full pads and really kind of unlock it as the full ability to really practice?
Oh, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm excited to see what we got. Cause I know and understand like it's a process. Like we're not a championship team right now. We know that, but I'm ready to start the process of getting to that. So I'm excited.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Do anything to help the team win? You're one of those guys that has
Yep.
done that since you've been here. Whatever you've asked, you've done, including try multiple positions. What will it take you guys? And enjoyed the process this spring?
Yeah, so the process, I love it. You gotta love the process to be a winner and get there. And yeah, you just gotta work every day, show up, work every single day. So.
Coach Herman mentioned the other day that whatever anybody's done in the past, good, bad, or indifferent, here is kind of water under the bridge. Everybody's starting from square one with him. And he mentioned, you know, the work in the off season. When you look at yourself, is the work you put in now giving you a big opportunity this spring?
Oh, most definitely. And I feel like that they've kept their word on that. Like, if you work hard, you're gonna be the person who plays. It's not. They don't matter what your name is. If you started last year, if you were a 5-star in high school, no star, where you came from, it don't matter. It's whoever works harder and shows up every day.
How's
sorry. Go ahead.
the transition like been for you, kind of being listed as a fullback and now going playing inside linebacker? How's that the transition been for you?
I mean, I played linebacker my whole life, so I'm the most comfortable at linebacker, and so it hasn't been crazy. You know, I just feel like I'm back on my old ropes, so and I'm enjoying every day.
You paid your dues on special teams, and you know you made a number of plays last year on special teams. Are you anxious to see how that might translate to, you know, first and second and third down?
Oh, most definitely. Oh yeah, I'm ready to get out there and make plays.
You've seen Courtney talk about the change in the culture. What benefits have you seen from that change, and how have you benefited from it as a whole?
The benefits that I've seen from the team are just, I feel like everybody's buying in. You know, there's a few, you know, that 10% they talk about, and that 90%'s we gotta get them and drag them along with us. But I feel like I've seen change in the team. I've seen maturity. I've seen some of the young guys who got here in January they're stepping up because they're following the older guys, and so I feel like we're benefiting from the culture change.
To you, is there an obvious difference between what Coach Roc wants you to do on defense and what maybe you did in the past couple of years? Is there a big change in the basic defense or anything like that?
No, defense hasn't changed. It's not a go make plays anymore. It's not, if you make plays, you're gonna play. It's the person who's gonna play is the person who does their job. It's all about doing your job. We get preached every day to us. It's not 10 guys in one. It's 11 guys together, and that's what it's gonna take to win games. So.
Yeah, speaking of Coach Roc, I know he's here right now, but what's your sort of first impressions on him?
Oh, I love the guy. He's awesome. Brought energy. Shows he coaches you hard, but he also shows that he cares about you, he loves you, and you know he just wants the best for us. So.
What improvements are you looking to make in your game with spring practice?
So over the spring, I want to get my teammates' confidence in me. I want them to be able to fall back on me. So for that, I want to become more of like a bigger leader on defense, where if there's a problem on or even off the field, they can come to me. They know they can come to me, and I can help them.
A lot of different coaching changes and the process for the players. What's something in your mind that helps them get through the transition between coaches?
Something that helps the players get through the transition. I think resiliency. I think, you know, they want to be good. I think these guys especially want to be good. But everywhere I've gone that has been putting in a new staff, a new culture, I think the guys that were on the team maybe saw some things that weren't so good, but were good, and then some things that weren't so good, and they wanted to be better. So I think, you know, the want to win, the want to change, the want to do better. I think it's everywhere I've been that we've been through that. It's been there, and I see it here more than I've seen it at the other places.
Why?
That answers your question.
Sorry. Why did you want to come back to Florida Atlantic?
So FAU, I had a friend who went here that I went to high school with, right? So it's always been, I came to visit him in 1990 something, had a good time. But, you know, when the program was started, I was at Eastern Illinois, we played against FAU, and then recruited Florida since 2000. So for 23 years I've been recruiting here, and I watched this program get formed, and then grow into a baby. Then I was here when it was a teenager and watched it go through some growing pains as a teenager. Then I watched it grow up a little bit more. So it's been a part of my football career the whole time I've been in football, really. And just loved the place, loved competing against it, loved recruiting against it. Then when I was here, fell in love with the place. My family fell in love with this place. And, you know, leaving the last time wasn't our idea. So we loved it and turned down some opportunities to stay here. So the idea or the opportunity to come back was like a dream come true for both me and my family. And I've been at some cool places since I left. The past 6 years, I've done some really cool things and been around a lot of really great people. But FAU has always held a special place in my heart, and it always will hold a special place in my heart because of the people here. You know, John McCormick and all the people here. You know, the things that they do here, the way you're treated here. You feel like family the minute you walk back on campus. Just a place that's really, really special to me and my family.
How well do you think the defense has been so far to start spring practice?
We got a long way to go. You know, I'm not going to give you all this kumbaya, everything is great stuff, okay? We've got a long way to go. The thing I see is the want to, right? We had a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors that are inexcusable in our program from the way we're trying to build it up, the foundation of it, the effort level, attention to detail. We had a ton of mistakes the first practice. But you go in and you fix them with the players and you see that they want to get them right. They have to understand what that standard is and how they're going to live up to it and know that us as coaches, we're not going to fold to their level or their standard. They're going to have to meet our standard if they want to get on the field. So we do have a long, long way to go, but I see that the guys want to be good, and that's half the battle. Because if they want to be good, they'll buy into what you're teaching so they can be good players and we can have a good defense. So I like the progress that we're making every day.
You know, you've been coaching for a while now, but has there kind of been stuff that you've learned since your last stint at FAU?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was with Lance Leipold, one of the winningest coaches in football history, and we had a really good defense there. And then you're with Mike Leach, one of the best coaches in college football history. Got to call a defense at the Power 5 level for him. Then went to Utah State, worked with Gary Anderson, who's a great football coach. So you learn the way those guys do things. And you go to Auburn, you work for Brian Harsin, who's a great winning football coach. Derek Mason was the defensive coordinator my first year. I mean, I learned a ton since I've been away. And I think that's part of the growing process, not just for the players, but as coaches, you want to grow every year. You want to learn a bit more every year. You want to tweak and mold your philosophy, your beliefs, your scheme every year, or you're going to get passed by. So the last 6 years for me that I've been away have been a huge growing opportunity for me, and I've loved every second of it.
What are the core tenets of your defense to be successful? If you could
Wow,
put it in a
yeah,
nutshell.
core tenets. Okay, number one, well, first of all, we've got to stop the run. Okay, you got to stop the run, you got to get the offense in predictable situations. Then you've got to pressure the quarterback. You've got to get after the quarterback. Okay, if the quarterback stands back there, he's comfortable, and he's tapping the football, has all day to throw it, you're going to be in trouble. So you got to get after the quarterback, got to confuse him with some coverages. We have to eliminate explosive plays, okay, or at least limit them, right, because in this day and age, that's hard. We have to attack the football. We want to get takeaways. Takeaways are huge because they get you off the field. And then we got to have relentless effort. We've got to play very, very hard, because if you mess something up, you screw something up schematically, effort by the other 10 guys that didn't make the mistake can make up for that one mistake.
When it comes to stopping the run, that requires a very good defensive line. What are your thoughts on on the defensive line, or has there been any standouts from that position?
Yeah, well, stopping the run is not just the D-line, and it's not just the linebackers. Our philosophy here is 11 guys playing together as one. 11 as one. It takes all 11 guys to stop the run in today's day and age, with quarterback runs and pullers and little RPOs and things of that nature. So it's not just the D-line. I do like our D-line. We're a little bit undersized compared to what I've been around the past few years, but they play hard. They're quick. They're explosive. I think they want to be really good. I think they're open to some different things. They know we're going to make them better. The guys coaching them have a background and a history of success with guys at that position. So I think we can be pretty good up front. We need a little bit more depth, yeah, but that's everybody. Everybody in the country needs more depth.
Anyone in particular?
No, I mean, we've only been 2 days and we haven't had pads on. So, I mean, I watched some film from last year, but that's over, and I don't know what was being taught, so I don't really know what they were doing, good and bad. No, I don't. It really is a clean slate. I did watch the film to try to, one thing I've over the course of time, you got to structure, and that's when you take over Washington State's defense in the middle of the year. It's not your defense. you have to learn what your guys are good at, what they're not good at, and we had to learn what we're gonna be good at here. So I did watch the film to kind of see what the base was around here, and then structure, what we're doing schematically to what has worked for them in the past. But as far as judging players, nothing that I can really give you from last year.
When you guys left 6 years ago, one of the resounding things was how good of players were left here. And I think every year, at least in my opinion, it's progressively gotten better. Have you seen a jump in talent that FAU has been able to
Yeah,
attract?
I'm really glad you asked that. When we landed here in December of 2013 and looked around, and I told the coaches on our staff this, and I've told the coaches that I used to work with this, what we had when we got here compared to what we have now, it's light years ahead of where we were back then. Now the program should be light years ahead. It's 9 years since we were here that last time, for the first time. I think collectively, I think the talent level is a lot better collectively than it was when we got here. Now, do we have a motor? Devin Singletary? Do we have an Aziz? Do we have a Trey Hendrickson, Brandon Bryant, Trayvon Coley, Cravon LeBlanc, T. Johnson? Do we have those guys? I don't know. I don't know that we have the top level guys that we had developed into NFL players when we were here yet. That remains to be seen, but I think overall the talent level is a lot better here, especially on offense. I think our offensive line is really good. So really, really excited to see, us continue to grow this program. And so, still only, just learned how to drink, right? You can now drink a Yingling every now and then. The program, when I was here, was only 13. You couldn't even drive yet. So we've got to take this program to another level and take another step.
Yeah, I know you said the full evaluation might come when the guys are in pads. So how much of a difference do you think that just brings the evaluation process once it
Well,
gets
it's
done?
a huge difference, right? Especially in the O-line and D-line. You can't really, you can strike and use your hands, but you're pulling back a little bit because you don't want to get any injuries. So I think we'll know a little bit more, on Saturday when we're out of diapers and we're out there and we got some pads on and we can strike. We'll know a little bit more when we go next Saturday with the scrimmage, who's going to tackle, who's going to stick their nose in there and do those things. The good news is we've got 13 more practices and then about 25 in August before we have to play a game. So, and we need every second of that. So I'm anxious to take the next step on Saturday and see where we need to go from there.
Coach Herman did talk about Tuesday about how shorthanded the inside linebacker position was, considering he said it is in need of the most development. How important will having the leadership of McBride and Jerrels be in that position?
Yeah, well, Courtney's on the outside. He's playing a rush linebacker, so he's not really with the inside backers. But it's not just Jerrels. We have seniors with Petway and Eddie Williams and some older guys who've been around. They really need to step up. But to me, leadership starts with yourself, right? To get yourself right, and then bring around other guys with you to follow the leadership. And I don't know who that's going to be. I don't know if it'll be Eddie and Petway. I don't know if it'll be Jerrels and Jalen Wester or Jabari Hill. I don't know who it's going to be, and it's going to be fun to watch that develop. See what kind of leaders we have at each position group on our defense.
Yes? All right, thank you so much.